Ji-hyuk stole an antique vase worth 500 million won. But after coming back home, he broke it into small pieces and made another copy. His partner Gu-in didn't know why he did that. Next, Ji-hyuk took the vase to find an auctioneer. He looked at the vase and frankly said that this vase was fake. It could be easily recognized. But Ji-hyuk was so calm. He mentioned that the auctioneer had sold a fake vase last year. And he also said, if the auctioneer could sell the fake vase as a real one, he would get 200 million won after the auction. No choice, the auctioneer had to agree. At the auction, the auctioneer tried his best. He even offered a price of 800 million won for that vase and sold it to a rich man. After that, Ji-hyuk made the large amount of counterfeit money. When pouring alcohol into that money, the color would be changed. That was exact thing he expected. Because they were going to make a grand plan. After that, Ji-hyuk called a hacker, his buddy, to find an abandoned workshop to build a base. When Ji-hyuk went to an art museum that was about to close, he immediately wanted to invest 1 billion won for the woman owner. He had his own purpose to do that. Ji-hyuk kept looking her chest. But don't get him wrong. What he looked was the stone necklace she wore. He had known that necklace was valuable. So, he took her to a jewelry shop to check. While the owner was checking the necklace, Ji-hyuk hid his suitcase under the sofa. The owner was happy when seeing the stone of the necklace. She said this stone was sapphire type 1. I hope I can talk to you all in more details. But Ji-hyuk refused. Then, Ji-hyuk took the girl to another shop. The owner was also amazed when seeing the stone. Only the ancient royal family could possess that sapphire stone. Now, many giants often love to collect this stone. Then, he also invited the two of them into the living room. But this time, Ji-hyuk agreed. As soon as he came in, Ji-hyuk looked around the room. He observed the camera inside the room. Finally, he just concentrated on the safe inside the living room. Gu-in pretended to be drunk at night, and smashed the first gem shop. He intentionally made the alarm go off. Before leaving, he also stuck a piece of C4 bomb on the glass. When the police heard the warning, they immediately appeared. As soon as the police turned off the alarm, Ji-hyuk pressed a button. The suitcase he left in the morning was full of smoke. At the same time, Gu-in also pressed the detonator. Immediately, the C4 bomb exploded, and the gem shop's glass broken. The police saw the thick smoke and thought it was a fire. Then, they quickly called their co-workers for the help. Right now, Ji-hyuk and Gu-in ran to the second gem shop. The two broke the glass and broke into the store. Next, they decrypted password of the living room. Each person had its own duty. Gu-in stole the surveillance CD. The hacker was in charge of police surveillance. Cracking the safe was undertaken by Ji-hyuk. This safe was known as the most secure system from Switzerland. But Ji-hyuk easily cracked it. Inside the safe was a necklace worth 3 billion won. But Ji-hyuk didn't know. The necklace he stole was from a notorious gangster. The boss who lost his necklace wasn't angry but also laughed. For the gangsters like him, Ji-hyuk and his partners were so green. And the boss was about to carry a new plan. Recently, he was looking for a master who could unlock the most secure safe in the world. And Ji-hyuk was the person he needed. He used the necklace as a gift when meeting Ji-hyuk. After Ji-hyuk's group helped him finish his plan, each person would get 7.5 billion won. Anyway, that boss was more powerful. Ji-hyuk only agreed with him. The boss couldn't help but smiled. Obviously, the police weren't useless either. Through surveillance cameras, they found out that Ji-hyuk had taken the suitcase to the jewelry store. Then, through the license plate, they found Ji-hyuk. But they didn't have enough evidence. Ji-hyuk was released. After being released, Ji-hyuk also prepared for his plan. The boss found a safe and told Ji-hyuk to practice with it. The boss had prepared customs ground plan, employee's passport, even the amount of counterfeit money printed before. Their goal was to steal 150 billion in cash. There were 50 armed guards in the building. Ji-hyuk's group only had 10 minutes to finish the plan. But it's impossible to steal 150 billion won within 10 minutes. Outside of the customs, there were many cameras and even infrared rooms. Armed personnel were always on duty at the entrance. It's impossible. But Ji-hyuk came up with a new idea. He told Gu-in to make a bomb suitcase and put it in the customs warehouse. Next, after the bomb exploded, the customs alert would go off. At that moment, the hacker would decrypt the alert system. Employees would think that the security system was problematic. Then, they would restart the entire system. It took 45 minutes to restart all of the things. Thus, a chance of success would be ensured. At that time, the boss found out that there was a Ji-hyuk's crime video in the hacker's phone. So, he wanted to bribe the hacker. Ji-hyuk of course was clever. He didn't believe that the boss would fulfill his promise after finishing the plan. So he made another plan with Gu-in. They would exchange the amount of money while shipping. But the hacker heard their conversation. He quickly reported to the boss. At this point, the boss knew Eunha's identity. It turned out her father used to be his collaborator. That year, because of a dispute, he killed her father. And Ji-hyuk was a disciple of Eunha's father. The boss found out that Ji-hyuk approached him for revenge. However, he didn't kill Ji-hyuk, but arrested Eunha, to avoid that Ji-hyuk would betray him someday. After that, based on the Ji-hyuk's plan, the bomb exploded at the customs. A big explosion roared in the sky, the customs was in chaos. The boss showed a crazy smile. And Ji-hyuk's group also easily got in the customs. Then, the hacker hacked into the security system. Employees thought the system was faced with a problem. So they restarted the entire system. And the Swiss safe that was said to be the safest in the world was opened by Ji-hyuk within 10 minutes. 150 billion won was in front of them. They all were extremely excited. At the same time, the customs officers and the police ran over. They were searching the whole customs. The boss ordered to use a canoe to transport money twice. 1 second before the security system back to normal. Ji-hyuk also shipped the last batch of money out. But something happened at the last minute. Before Ji-hyuk's car could get out, the police came to find him. Immediately, Ji-hyuk ran away. Of course, this was his diversionary action. The boss already knew this Ji-hyuk's action. So he used Eunha to threaten him. At this point, Ji-hyuk had to accept his request. The boss wanted Ji-hyuk to bring a suitcase to the explosion site. And there was a huge bomb in the suitcase. Ji-hyuk had no choice but to agree. However, as soon as he left, the boss told Ji-hyuk's news to the police. Although Ji-hyuk's driving skill was very good, he couldn't escape the siege of the police. No way back, Ji-hyuk had to jump into the river. But someone shot him. Then, the boss pressed a button and the bomb exploded. That was a big explosion. At this point, the hacker didn't pretend anymore. He stabbed Guin with a knife. Seeing the money in front of his eyes, the boss laughed. But then, immediately, he couldn't laugh anymore. It's all counterfeit money. Where's my real money? The boss hadn't calmed down yet, his phone rang. Who did call him? That was Ji-hyuk. The boss used Eunha to threaten Ji-hyuk. But Ji-hyuk laughed. Do whatever you want. She means nothing to me. Get ready for your company. The police was coming. It turned out Ji-hyuk had installed a wiretapping device before. It was placed inside the fake antiques in the boss's house. Then, he sent it to the police as evidence. In the midst of chaos, the boss hid in the tunnel and escaped. At that same time, the hacker was going to save Eunha. All things went to Ji-hyuk's plan. The hacker's betrayal, the sudden appearance of the police. Ji-hyuk was shot, Guin was murdered. It's just an episode of Ji-hyuk's plan. And Ji-hyuk soon died real money. So that it turned into counterfeit money. The counterfeit money that boss got was actually real money. Then, Guin and the hacker dressed up as police to take all that money away. After pouring alcohol into the fake money, it started to change color and turned into real money. On the other side, while the boss was driving away, Ji-hyuk quickly hit his car. His heroic life seemed to end. Ji-hyuk didn't fire him, but left the scene. Then the police arrested the boss on the case. With that evidence, the boss went to prison for life. In the end, Ji-hyuk became a businessman. He even got married to his master's daughter. The process of Ji-hyuk's crime was really cool. This is an end of the movie. Thank you for watching.